In this video, we'll discuss the following points: myth versus reality regarding the protection of at-risk mainframe data, the impact and costs of data theft, as well as some real numbers to go along with it, an overview of CA Data Content Discovery, a powerful product that discovers, classifies, and reports on sensitive data in your enterprise, a use case that illustrates business needs and how the roles within your organization can take the first step towards regulatory compliance. This video series also includes demonstrations of some key product capabilities that enable your business to understand where at-risk data exists in your environment. The mainframe has been at the heart of the data center for 50 years. Just think about the amount of data that has been generated and stored for over 50 years. This data may have been orphaned, abandoned, or possibly maliciously placed. With the advent of TCP/IP and the mainframe's role in hybrid applications and service-oriented architecture, the mainframe is serving a much broader purpose in the enterprise today. That also means the mainframe is a target-rich environment for hacks. While it's not as high of a risk as open systems, the impact of a hack is far greater given the systems of record and the types of company data and applications that use that data that reside on the mainframe. And hacks into the mainframe do happen. Recently, a co-founder of the Pirate Bay was charged with hacking the IBM mainframe of a Swedish IT firm. In 2013, one of the UK's most skilled convicted cybercriminals was allegedly able to hack into his prison's mainframe after being allowed to take an IT course. The Enterprise Systems Journal recently noted a few years ago that a mainframe breach can expose a much larger number of customers and potentially include an entire customer database. Because of the mainframe's role in enterprise applications, the proliferation of mainframe web services and APIs, and relationships between mainframe data and big data, the data on the mainframe is more susceptible to a breach than ever before. In short, the mainframe can and has been breached. Given the world in which the mainframe exists today, we must be prepared to be knowledgeable about the business-critical data on the mainframe, we must protect it, and we must do all we can to ensure regulatory compliance. Companies are under ever-increasing regulatory mandates to ensure that sensitive data, including financial, personally identifiable, and health data, is safeguarded. Audits will be done and fines will be imposed for unsafeguarded data. Numerous compliance standards exist, including PCI DSS for handling credit cards and other payment card information, PII for handling personally identifiable information such as social security numbers, HIPAA, and FISMA, to name a few. In addition, companies also have internal standards and internal audits for which they need to comply, whether it has to do with proprietary data to lock down, source code, or internal records. Data protection and compliance is becoming increasingly focused on the content of the data and not merely the name or location of the data. Our customers have asked us to help them identify specific regulated or sensitive data content wherever it may exist across the enterprise. Without the ability to take steps to ensure compliance, organizations may in fact incur fines, operational burdens, or other organizational strife when non-compliance is found. Data breaches, the intentional or unintentional release of secure information into an untrusted environment, can also be known or publicized as a data leak, data spill, or unintentional information disclosure. Since 2005, more than 75 publicly disclosed data breaches have occurred in which 1 million or more records were compromised. While the mainframe remains one of the most secure platforms in the world, entry points to the mainframe have changed, and a breach can occur. Locating sensitive data on the mainframe today is challenging and by and large a manual process. Over the past 50 years, reporting applications have created reports resulting in production data that resides in sequential files, JES-spool, and other data stores. Copies of production data exist. Some of these files are moved outside the mainframe environment prior to checking for sensitive content. Once data is copied, the original security context of the data is lost. Because of the sheer volumes of data, uncertainty of knowing locations, and unknown security context, adherence to regulatory policies is at risk. Additionally, confidence in presenting valid data is at risk for audits. CA Data Content Discovery helps you protect sensitive information in your IT infrastructure by discovering data location, classifying the data, and providing comprehensive reporting. This product can help you identify both structured and unstructured data. CA Data Content Discovery arms Chief Information Security Officers with discovery of mainframe security-sensitive data so it can be protected before it's compromised and help reduce the likelihood of incurring unforecasted breach costs. From the Scans page, you can create a new scan or review existing scans. Existing scans are viewable in a list, from which you can click the scan name to receive more information. You can see detailed scan information by clicking on a scan name. Clicking a file name produces detailed discovery information, letting you see where sensitive data exists within that file. You can also investigate who has access to datasets that contain sensitive information. As a systems operations staff member, you are preparing for an internal audit. Your organization does not know where all the regulated data is across your mainframe data stores. You feel that regulated data may have likely been copied or moved over the years. At this point, regulated data might be under a different security context within the mainframe. You need to find out where the regulated data is located and report on those locations so that you can secure the data as needed. The solution? Using CA Data Content Discovery, you can scan through your mainframe data infrastructure, focusing on the regulated data elements of interest, and discover where the data is located. Watch our demonstrations for some visual examples. Thank you for participating in this educational session and product showcase. In this video experience, we discussed myth versus reality regarding the protection of at-risk mainframe data. We discussed the impact and costs of data theft, including real-world numbers from recent years. We introduced CA Data Content Discovery, a powerful tool for discovering, classifying, and reporting on sensitive data. We also summarized a use case involving a systems operations staff member preparing for an audit. Next in this video series, we will demonstrate several powerful product capabilities, including launching a data discovery scan, generating a report, and creating a custom classifier to search for your own data patterns.